Benita Ferreira-Waldner. Commissioner, this is, it seems, a direct consequence of a decision by the EU and the United States in particular to cut off supplies of cash to the Palestinian Authority in Gaza and in the West Bank. And this is what it's led to.
Well, let it make it very clear who is responsible for the own people. First of all, the own government. So here it is the responsibility first of the Palestinian government, who has not yet stood by the three important principles that have been let out. And these were renunciation of violence, really recognizing the right of Israel to exist, and standing by the former agreements. But we, the international community, we always have been assisting the Palestinian people, and we will continue to do so. But clearly, I think one has to say the first onus lies with the government. And also Israel has to contribute by, indeed, still owing money, that means customs, and also other duties that should be transferred to the Palestinian people.
This determination to get a political decision out of the Palestinian leadership is currently resulting in the disintegration of the processes by which the country is normally administered. And as the UN told us earlier in this program, they are being forced to try now to supply emergency aid to a system that was previously able to feed itself normally.
But let us make it very clear. We, for instance, as European Union, we have been giving 500 million euros a year, of which we, the Commission, have been contributing 250 million euro. This is not that we have paid the salaries of those people. I think we have to make very clear, we don't want the situation to deteriorate. We want to help them. But for what do we do that? Because we want peace to go on in the region. And there, I think, again, it is particularly first for the two partners to really go on. First, it is for the Palestinians, but it's also for the new Israeli government to re-engage with the peace process. And this is the reason also why we are sitting together today here in the Quartet.
Well, Commissioner, you meet in about 3 hours' time, I think, and at that meeting one suspects you're simply going to repeat your call and that nothing really will be done to affect the situation practically.
No, we do, and I think we will have, hopefully, a positive decision on the principle of setting up an international mechanism that we, the European Union, propose in order to be able to channel money that is necessary for basic human needs going to the Palestinian population, but not to the government.
Well, isn't the danger that you are being seen tonight as in a sense, being manipulated by the United States, who have a complete and total rejection of what was really a democratic decision by the Palestinian people to elect Hamas? I mean, you either support democracy or you don't. And if democracy turns out a government you don't like, it surely doesn't mean that we then get into a situation where our actions result in people dying on the ground in Gaza.
Let me tell you that we always have said that these elections had been fairly contested, and we have absolutely recognized this result. But at the same time, Hamas is on the terrorist list, and there are certain things that Hamas should do in order to change the attitude, seeking peace. Because in reality, what is the reason why we are all here? That is to try to go back to the roadmap and to try to go back to finding ways and means to come to the peace process again.
You mentioned the roadmap. Does that mean then that you also urge those people that have the capacity in the West to get back onto the ground into the Middle East to try to get negotiations going again?
Well, in any case, what we want is that the two partners re-engage according to the roadmap. And we do hope with, on the one hand, President Mahmoud Abbas being ready to negotiate, and on the other hand, with a new with a new Israeli government, indeed, that we should very much support and encourage that.
Commissioner Ferreira-Waldner, thank you very much indeed for joining us from New York.